What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to It's Real Tony with another Game of Thrones video for you today. And today we're going to be talking about this that George had posted on Twitter yesterday, May 20th. It's a blog, but it's not a blog thing. And I read over it. I don't usually read all his stuff. I read this one, though. I took the time to read this. And some things stuck out to me that I wanted to talk about, and I mainly want to talk about this paragraph here. So if you like videos like this and you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button so we can hit the algorithm. I mean, we got to get this page popping. This is the new page. My old page was having some funky things. Nobody could find it, and this and that, and it kind of sucked. So I had to start a new page, and it's most of the same content: Game of Thrones content, anime, manga content, skits, and short films, because I love doing that types of stuff. Might have a short film coming here soon. We still working on a script. Well, script's done, but you know, you got to tweak some scripts and stuff. But we on that right now. So I appreciate everybody's support, and thank you for taking the time to listen to that. So one thing I want to talk about before we go any further is this part up here. If you didn't read this, go check it out. He gives a lot of thanks of some things. He tells you how some stuff started off, what he think about certain things and stuff, and etc. But we here for this one. First, I'm going to talk about this because I need your help on this. It says, you know, it's the story that we all heard. When they pretty much George asked D&D if they knew who Jon Snow's mother was, and fortunately, they did. So that's how it started. And I just need your help to tell me because he didn't confirm it here. He didn't say that they said R plus L equals J. And D&D never specifically said that they said R plus L equals J. So I wonder if anybody could actually confirm that. I do believe in the Order of the Green Hands theory of N plus A equals J. But I have my own reasons why I believe in it. They definitely sold it, but something that worked for me sold it even more. So, and that's kind of why I do believe in that. But I won't be mad if it's the other way around, because there's a lot of evidence that prove it otherwise. That do prove that it's kind of R plus L equals J. And main one of my reasons why I really do think that is because some of the stuff in Fire and Blood, in the history of Ice and Fire, in the world of Ice and Fire, and some of the Targaryens that they pinpointed that has black hair and like first man features and stuff like that, but they are Targaryens. And who's the one that died in Dunk's hands? Was it Baelor Breakspear? I think it was Breakspear. So like he had black hair and Targaryen features, and you know, he stood tall. But I mean, like, he didn't have Targaryen features. But he was a Targaryen, thick and thin. So I think that was kind of giving us a clue that, hey, even though he don't look like a Targaryen, Jon could be a Targaryen. So I could see why, you know. So I'm gonna be mad either way. But you know, I believe that George is gonna flesh it out and make it actually mean something other than what the story did. So either way, I'd be mad. Either way, it'd be cool. If y'all do want to know my thoughts on why I think it is N plus A equals J, it's just because it makes more sense to me. And by make more sense, it's just because something if it'll fit in with Catelyn's story, and it'll fit in with Sansa's story for me, because they always talk about how bastard. Oh, you're a bastard. Oh, you this. You're a bastard. And I think it just only be fitting if it'd be fitting if the whole time that Catelyn was afraid of bastards and stuff like that, her kids was the actual bastards, and they actually took the throne from Jon, since we do know Jon is actually older. And it's just yeah, it just makes more sense. Like, wouldn't that fit Catelyn? She come back from the dead, find out that her kids was the actual bastards because Ned was already married. That'd be awesome. I'm just saying that'll bring Catelyn's story full circle. Like, and I feel like that makes more sense than Jon being a Targaryen. And you know what I mean? Like, he has this wolves. He's a Stark through and through for me. I could explain it more. But if y'all want like anything else, like other than mine, people go into really good detail, go check their video out. But I could actually give y'all my reasons and why. But with that little quick rant out the way, here we go right here. So we talk about this. How will it end? How would it all end? I hear people asking the same ending of the show? Question mark. Different? Question mark. Well, yes and no, and yes and no, and yes and no, and yes. Now, let's take that one little part. First off, great way to be vague. So what I'm taking from that is he gave them some footnotes. He let them know, like, yo, we going somewhere with this. Some stuff is finna happen. This is what we're gonna do. This is where I want to go. And yeah, so you can make whatever changes in between, and you know, you got your A, B, C, but how you get from A, B to C could be different. You know what I mean? You could crisscross and go different ways, but they all gonna have that same center point. You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk more about that. Okay, so I'm working in a very different medium than D&D. Never forget, they had 6 hours for this final season. I expect these last 2 books of mine will fill 3,000 manuscript pages between them both, or between them before I'm done. And of course, the butterfly effect will be at work as well. Now, you know what the butterfly effect is, right? You know, Ashton Kutcher, the butterfly effect definitely made it popular. But, you know, go back in time, you step on a butterfly, you can change the future. So I think he's trying to say that Bran might go back in time and change some things. And remember, he is the first POV character. So we do know that George put some things in there. So the butterfly effect will be at work as well. Those of you who follow this, not a blog, will know that I've been talking about this since season 1. I don't follow the Not a Blog. I follow George Twitter, so I didn't know. There are characters who never made it onto the screen at all, and the others who die in the show but still live in the books. So if nothing else, the readers will learn what happens to Jane Poole, who Sansa took over her storyline, Lady Stoneheart, who we never get to see. Such a shame. Penny and her pig, who's with Tyrion's story. She's a dwarf. She's a dwarf, and she does performances and stuff. And her brother was killed by Queen Cersei. Or people who's trying to find Tyrion and give Queen Cersei her head. Shay Peep and Orianne Martell, who is one of my favorite. I fucking love Orianne Martell. She's playing like she's smart. Oh my god, I love me some Orianne Martell. Like the description of Orianne Martell is amazing, but her story is also she made some stupid. She's trying to play the Game of Thrones, but you know, Darkstar. These are Danes, that prominent Danes. These are Danes that okay. Listen, that's not. This goes back to why I think Jon is the Sword of the Morning and whatever. Anywho. Darkstar, Victorian Greyjoy, who a lot of people love. They love Victorian Greyjoy and his hand that what's the priest? He's the only one of the black fiery priests that you see, and he fixed his hand, but is it actually fixed? We really don't know. Sir Galen the Glutton and Aegon the Fourth, and the fact that he put Aegon back here, Aegon the Sixth. I'm not really good at numerals, but we know that a lot of people call him fake Aegon. And this is, I mean, like, I believe that Aegon is, I think he is a prominent role in this, to be honest. I don't think that he's just a fake Aegon. I mean, like, I don't think he's a fake Targaryen. He could be. A lot of evidence that says he is, but I don't think he is. The fact that what John Connaughton said to him, and that he really does remind him of him. And it's crazy. And the Marines and other characters, both great and small, the viewers of the show never had the chance to meet. And yes, there will be unicorns of a sort. Don't you dare! There will be unicorns of a sort. And that's because Skegos, we know that there's supposed to be unicorns and Skegos and stuff like that. And well, at least that's a legend. And we know Rickon and Asha or Osha went to Skegos. Book or show, which will be the real ending? That's silly. How many children does Scarlett O'Hara have? I don't know. I don't even know who that is. No. How about this? I'll write it, you read it, then everyone can make up their own mind and argue about it on the internet. Hey, he got a point, man. You be either gonna like it or love it. I know for I could completely shit. I don't give a fuck what they needed. Like, they wasn't the original writers of this. They didn't make the story, so that's not canon to me. Period. I don't give a fuck. But what George write, that's facts. Whatever he writes, you have to deal with it. We have to deal with it, and we got to be okay with it because that's what he write and that's what he had in his head. And we know things change, and a lot of people like to use the original manuscript as evidence, but the fact of the matter is things change, authors change, and he probably have a different idea of some things, but he like he said, he don't want anybody to affect his stuff, so he probably ain't going to change it anyway. Just like me with YouTube videos, I'm gonna do my video first before I go support my homies or anybody else that's doing the same content I'm doing. So he don't want people to mess with what he thinks, so he's not going to change his words up, and that's why you don't really see him on the internet. So it's gonna be one of those things. I'm very excited now. These characters, a lot of people, some of these characters people love. We know Dark Star disappeared after a certain incident that happened in Dorne, and you know, Oberyn Martell, we know what happened, like where she's at right now because of some of the some of the chapters that was released for Winds of Winter. So we kind of know what Oberyn Martell's into right now. And like I said, when it comes to Aegon, I hate that he put his name at the very last. Because it's like saying like in Aegon. Oh man, so am I wrong? Hey, who knows, man? Who knows? But definitely go check out the blog if y'all didn't. Here's everything you can see. We just gotta wait patiently, guys, and wait. He's gonna give us that heat, and when Winds of Winter comes out, we're going to see some of the changes in effect right then and there. I definitely want to see what's going to happen with the White Walkers, the Children of the Forest, Bran, like some of the storylines that they didn't put out. Some things that happen in Fire and Blood, I want to actually see where that goes, actually, because I feel like he put that out for a reason before Winds of Winter, because it explains some stuff in Winds of Winter. So, I'm very excited to see some things. But if you like the video, hit that like button. If you dislike the video, hit that dislike button. If you rock with your boy, please hit that sub button. We're on our way to 100. Again, I appreciate everybody's support. I'm out. Peace.